You might be wondering why I'm taking delivery of another car, or hey, I have a Lamborghini, I have a 4-rotor RX-7 in the process. What type of car would make me interested in taking night delivery? Well, I'm a very simple man and I love the basics. I love the raw cars, and the trailer's right in front of me, getting ready to pull in, and we're about to see some classic Japanese. There we go. While there may have been rain last night and wind today, that is not stopping us. That is not slowing us down for unveiling the new baby. This is a Nissan GTR R32. This is one of the coolest, most random cars I've ever gotten involved with, and I'm already fully satisfied. This is, as you're looking, this isn't a flipped front camera or anything. This is literally me on the passenger side of an American, United States-based vehicle. This would be considered the passenger side. This is a right-hand drive, imported from Japan, R32. Some of the very unique things about this car that stand out from anything is this is the original Godzilla. When the R32 came out, then you got the 33, and then of course the 34 that everybody loves. When this one came out, this is what really began the namesake. There was actually an much older version of GTR, but this is the one that made it worth talking about. So, only available in Japan. This was not a United States imported vehicle. You can clearly see right-hand drive is totally foreign to somebody like myself. I'm very used to being on that side of the car. So, a couple things that right off the bat that throw me off is, of course, the shifting. The shift knob is left. You use your left hand to shift this car. That's completely confusing. Just like a standard American left-hand drive car, first gear is up at the top left, and reverse is underneath fifth, down at the bottom right. So as many people have told me on Instagram, the confusing part isn't so much shifting with your left hand as much as it is using the blinkers with your right. I can already tell that's going to be quite an issue. This certainly going to take a little bit of getting used to. As you can tell, I'm a fully grown adult American man. This is just like the RX-7's meant for a smaller statured Japanese man who actually takes care of his body and isn't obese. So it's certainly, even though the GTRs are notorious for being a bigger, full-size car, this one isn't. This is certainly cozy. But when you look in the back, we've got a full 4 seats. And I believe that isn't like the 2x2 RX-7s. I believe that those actually could hold an adult male quite nicely. What good is a first arrival video without hearing the sound of the car? Well, this is a 1991, so it's 25, 26 years old. It's impressive that the car's in this good a condition, as well as having the original key. That's pretty cool. So let's fire this beast up. Get it in neutral. Okay. So at some point, there's some Japanese little pager looking thing. This thing's gonna fire off in a second, making noise and yelling at us. If you know what that is, if that's the thing that's making the noise, let me know in the comments what she's saying and what it is. Padama Sodia all I know is arigatou gozaimasu. One of the favorite things I see right off the bat on this car is on the dash, it's got a analog gauge of how much torque it's putting to the front tires. The reason that means so much to me is it's the same system, the same core part of the system, center diff or transfer case as you want to call it, as my 4-rotor RX-7. It comes from this car. Now this is a completely stock exhaust, stock everything car. So we're getting the original experience, which is quite frankly the most important experience you can get from a car that you didn't get the experience when it was first made. So let's see what it sounds like. Now, pretty linear, very nice and safe. This thing had 280 I think horsepower at the crank, I believe. Of course, all-wheel drive is going to ruin that. But she doesn't sound too out of line. That sounds pretty traditional. Of course, you know me, I love modifying it and making it sound like complete shit. The very first thing that I noticed with this car is that it is filled with options, filled with things, filled with buttons. And that is the stark opposite of an RX-7. The RX-7 was lightweight, minimalistic. They're both Japanese culture. They're both Japanese design cues, but two totally different directions. So this car is, of course, technology, at the time, technology heavy, technology centric, all-wheel drive. The RX-7, minimalistic. It was my buddies over at KR Imports that got this car into the States and just sent it up to me. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to be continuing to do videos about this car, of course. Why not? But including the process of getting it registered, what it takes to get an imported car insured, you know, which companies allow you to insure it, all those sort of like goofy things, as well as what it's like trying to drive a right-hand drive car in the States. There are a couple of quirky things I'm sure that will make some adventures along the way. But if you're interested in getting a car like this, or any of the cars that are turning 25 and want to be begging to be imported in the States, check KR's inventory out and get in touch with them.